सदा विजयते रामं रमेशं भजे रामेणाभिहता निशाचरचमो रामाय तस्मै नमः रामान्नास्ति परायणं परतरं रामस्य दासोऽस्म्यहं रामे चित्तलयः सदा भवतु मे भो राम मामुद्धर राम रामेति रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने श्रीराम नाम वरानन उन्नम इति श्री माहेश्वर सूत्राणि अय्युण् रुरुक् एयोङ् अय्यौच् हयवरट् लण् ञमङणनं जबञ् घडदश् जबगडदश् खफ छ छ थ च च तव कपै शशसर हल इति माहेश्वर सूत्राणि. Okay, last time I think we were just about to finish this verse number 25. We came to the last part of this discussion about the Vikankata Vriksha. And the shloka has Chuta Vikankata Srucham. That's all Shashti Bahuvachanam, qualifying the Ritvijam. The simple sentence was that Ritvijam Sambramaha Abhavat. So there was a disturbance or a chaos, a flurry among the priests, officiating priests. And there are some adjectives for them. One was we saw last time, apodha karmanam, tyakta karmanam, tyakta vyaparanam is what Malinatha says. So those who had given up their activities because they were disturbed. And chuta vikankata srucham is their ladle sacrificial, so those offering spoons or ladles had slipped away from them. They were made from this wood of the Vikankata tree. Now the discussion which Malinatha starts here is about Vikankata Grahanam. Right, I'm looking at this line here. Vikankata Grahanam Khadiradya Upalakshanam. So he takes it that Vikankata is like a surrogate, or it stands for. Upalakshanam is also stands for other things, not just Vikankata itself, which Khadira, etc. The trees of the Khadira, etc. trees. Now, why does he say that? He says, Sruvadinam Khadiradi Prakritikatvat. There are some typos in this also, I think, this particular text right here. I have two other texts over here. I think one which I think has a better reading of this. I also have an earlier edition of this same book, but this is a Nirnaya Sagar book. See, what happened was Nirnaya Sagar went through some changes after about 1937, and some of the earlier editions have less typos sometimes than the later editions. So the Nirnaya Sagar after 1937, I think their main editor, I think, passed away in 1937. So, but anyway, so I have another book also, because this thing is confusing the way it is in this book. Let me read it what I have from you. So the first part is fine. Vikankata Grahanam Khadiradya Palakshanam. So that is fine. But the next sentence in this says is that Srugadinam Khadiradya Prakritikatvat, not Sruvadinam. Srugadinam. That's a problem that Malinatha has here, that the Sruch, which is the Pratipadikam, declined as, Srug, Sruchau, Sruchaha and all that, that should be made of the Khadira tree, is what he's claiming. His main problem is that. So this should not be Sruvadinam. Should be Srugadinam. So Srug, this is a typo here, I think. Otherwise it will not make sense, because this is his main argument is that the Srug should be made out of Khadira tree. So it says Srugadinam Khadiradi Prakritikatvat. Prakriti means the material which they are made, So the Srug, etc. is supposed to be made of the Khadira tree. And it says Srugadi Patrasyeva Vikankata Prakritikatvat. Only the vessels which are used to keep, I guess, these ladles, they are supposed to be made of Vikankata. So that's when Kalidasa says Vikankata Srisham, I think he meant, in general he meant those, he used a general name of a tree for all the vessels, not specifically for this Srug. That is what his first argument. And then he says Vikankata Srucham Vriksha, that's also a typo. That should be as follows. There should be Vikankata Sruva Vriksha. So Vikankata is used for the Sruva, not for the Srich. So Vikankata is should not be used for Srich, but for Sruva Vrikshaha is the real text in Amar Kosha. I checked Amar Kosha for this also. Vikankataha Sruva Vrikshaha. So that's what should be. And Yadva, now he gives a second justification. Is Sring Matrasya Vikankata Prakritikatvam Astu. So he said it doesn't matter. Even if Kalidasa meant that the Srig itself, Sring Matrasya, Srig itself is made out of Vikankata, still we can justify it. And how does he justify that? Ubayatrapi Shastra Samvavat. Because we can find statements in the Shastras from, justifying both of these things. That the Srig itself can be made, or the supporting vessels can be made, both can be justified. And then he makes a quotation. Yatha aha bhagavan apastambha. This is apastambha, is one of the Smriti granthas, So I think he says, so this is a quotation now. So these are all taditas coming in. So khadiraha is also typo, I think. Khadiraha sruvaha. So khadiraha is tadita from khadira. So sruva is made from the khadira tree. There's paranamayi juhu. This juhu also kind of, these are all vessels used in yajnas, So this is paranamayi is made out of leaves, I guess, paranamayi. I'm not very familiar with all these vessels, but anyway. Then ashwati upabhrut. Upabhrut is also one of the vessels used in yajnas, some kind of a cap or something. So ashwati, that's made of the ashwatha tree. And then only the last is important for us right now is Vaikankatihi Srucho. Wow. So these can be optionally made. These can also be made from the Vikankata tree. So this is how he justifies from the Apastamba Smriti. He says that we can find a statement there that these Sriks can also be made from the Vikankata tree. Anyway, the gist of this whole thing is that basically that normally most of the time we don't find these Srik we make out of the Vikankata tree, but once in a while it's also possible that it may be made from that tree. So that's the only. There's no Vyakaranam exactly there, but you just justifying that fact. Okay, so that's where we were last time. I think we got everything. Let's see. So there was one clause in this sentence which is that Viksha Vedim Viksha, having seen the sacrificial platform, and that Vedim had an adjective to it, which is Pradushitam, which was defiled. Defiled by what? Rakta bindubhihi, defiled by these drops of blood. Then Bandhujiva Prithubhihi, who were looking as big. Prithu means they are large like the Bandhujiva flower. So that's what we saw. And we also saw Sutram last time. Dhatu is Dush. This becomes Dushi when we add the causative form. That was, I think, Sutram we were looking at last time, which is 6490. The Dush becomes Dushi. Quickly go there, 6490. There was a new sutra for me last time because I had a little bit forgotten that one. I've seen it one time before. Unless you practice, you don't remember these things, So, Abhyasena Griyate is what Gita says, right? Really, it is true. So dosho now. So this udupadhayaha, when the niche follows, this dush becomes I guess we become guna, will become dosh, and then it becomes ud. It ends up being long u, becomes dushi. Okay, let's maybe go to the English, see if we can tackle that before going to the next verse. So we are here on number 25. Okay, let's see who wants to get a chance. Maybe let's try Vasu can get a chance. Vasu, you ready? Vasu? No, Vasu is not there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
You're here. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try this one. It's number 25.
Mm-hmm.
Then, can you find a word for then?
Atha.
Atha, yes, Atha. This Atha and Om are supposed to be two auspicious, like Mangala Acharanam. So Atha and Om. So there, so you can you're supposed to start with saying one of these two. Like for the Brahma Sutra, it starts with what? Athata Brahma Jinyasa. So Athata Karma Jinyasa. So these Athata Karma Jinyasa. So these are things Atha is supposed to start with this thing. So anyway, so then is Atha. Beholding.
Viksha.
Viksha, beholding. What's dhatu there, Vasu?
Ish,
Dhatu is iksh.
Iksh.
Ikshate yoga yuktatma sarvata samadarshanaha. Chapter 6 of Gita.
Iksh.
Yomam pashyati sarvata sarvam chamai pashyati tasyahana pranishyami sachamena pranashyati. Let me see what I do with my Gita chapter. Okay, here it is. I think it's chapter 6. It is just, let me see, find it for you.
Yotsamanana aveksheham.
Yes, Aviksha, yes. It comes there also. And Anaveksha Paurusham, 18th adhyaya also it comes, Anaveksha Paurusham. So it's kind of hidden between the upasargas. So it will be a little bit difficult to look at the whole, but here it's clearly, here it is alright, you look at it. Ikshate yoga yuktatma sarvata samadarshana. Ikshate means he looks upon them as whatever. So sarabhutastham atmanam sarabhutani chatmani. So he looks at the Atma in all beings and all beings within the Atma. Okay, so Dhatu is Iksha, Upasarga is V, and there has to be an Upasarga here. Why is that, Vasu? Why do we have to have an Upasarga here? So, looking at this form, if this is in this gerund form, there must be Upasarga in this, involved in this. Or well, I should say technically there must be a Samasa in this. Why is that? Okay, anybody in the class? In the word Viksha, okay, Usha has it, Kartik has it. Okay, let's see, Usha, chance. Yes, Usha.
Otherwise, it would be would add twa.
It would be twa, yes. But the default pratyaya is twa. Twa. It is that Samana Kartakayoho Purvakale, the pratyaya is twa. So twa only becomes lyap in this Samasya Anyang Purve Tvo lyap. So this, I think it's in 7.1 around 30-ish, all these Pratyaya Adeshas in the beginning of 7.1, Samasanyang Purve Kto Lyap. So Twa only becomes Lyap when it's Samase. So that's a good hint for you. So if you want to guess the Dhatu's weak, is a bad guess. It's a bad guess because they will not make the Lyap. There must be some Upasarga there to make it into, must be some Samasa there, mostly Upasargas only come in. So V would be a good guess to make. And then of course Dhatu's Iksha. This is the more puzzles, most pieces of the puzzle that you know, you can make more educated guesses of what the situation might be. So, okay, so beholding, we got that. The altar, who is that?
Vedim.
Vedam.
Yeah.
Defiled.
Pradushitam.
Pradushitam. By blood gouts.
Raktabindu.
Raktabindhavi.
Raktabindhavi.
That Bhi is the by, Bhi is by. Titya Bahuvachanam. Big as Bandhu Jiva flowers.
Pruthubihi Bandhujiva. Bandhujiva Pruthubihi.
Prithvi. So Prithu is wide or big or large, That's all. So Prithvi comes from that also. But terror, let's see. What's the word for terror?
Sambhramo Bhava.
Sambhramaha.
Sambramaha.
Then fell on the priests. So he has paraphrased that, I think you should say a terror amongst the priests.
Abhavatha is the fell on.
A terror, you should say terror took place amongst the priests. Or there was a disturbance amongst the priests. So we say, so that was should have been there. But anyway, that's Abhavat. And then Ritvijam is of the priest, Ritvish Pratipadikam. Who sees their rights.
Aphoda Karmanam.
Aphoda Karmanam. It's a Bahuvrihi. Aphoda Karman Pratipadikam. And cast away their sacrificial ladles.
Chuta Vikankata
Srucham.
Srucham.
And now he did not translate the words Vikankata. He didn't know there's a problem. He knows there's a problem with that word. So anyway, he should have translated that word, but he has left. Actually, this book I didn't copy all the pages. This is a book which also has some nice notes at the back. Let me see if he has mentioned anything there, because he conveniently left it out. He should have mentioned something there. No, he didn't leave it out. He didn't mention anything. Okay. Let's see, because sometimes he has some good notes at the back. All right. So let us move to the next one. I think we did this one already. Last time we just left out the last part. Let's see what the next shloka says. Unmukhaha sapadi lakshmanagrajo banam ashrayamukhat samudharan nakshasam balamapashaddam vare gridhra paksha pavane ritadvajam. One more time. Unmukhaha sapadi lakshmanagrajo banam ashrayamukhat samudharan Rakshasam balam apashaddam vare gridhra paksha pavane ritadvajam. As I said to you, even if you just keep on reading like this, as much whatever time you have, you will gradually get more and more the language. This language is like that, it will reveal itself to you. I mean any language, but particularly this one, it has that power, you know. Just keep on reading like this. Of course, first memorize Gita as much as you can. And you know, the more you keep on repeating, it comes to you, you know. So unmukhaha. So let's see what Malinatha is saying now. Unmukhaha iti. Okay, sapadi, no commentary. No comment sapadi. That means it's something which we should be able to decipher on our own. So sapadi is an avyapadam. Avyapadam. Means sapadi means immediately, just then, at that instant, quickly or quickly, instantly, sapadi. Sapadi. The note that is the padanvaya that he's doing. So instantly. So as soon as that event in the prior shloka had happened, then instantly after that, Lakshmanagrajaha, no commentary as such, but he says Ramaha. Ramaha. So who is he referring to? Lakshmanasya Agrajaha. So Agrajaha is elder brother. Anujaha is younger brother. Younger brother. Lakshmanagrajaha. So Ramaha. So Lakshmana would be Ramanujaha. But when people say Ramanujaha, it is normally not Lakshmana. Because mostly when you say Ramanuja, people think it might be Lakshmana, Bharata. It is generally, it means Sri Krishna. Because Ramanuja, Balarama was his elder brother. So when people have names like the scientist Ramanuja and all that, they generally don't mean Lakshmana. They mean, I think, Krishna most of the time. Anyway, but still Lakshmana would be Ramanujaha. So Lakshmana Agrajaha means, again, no Vigraha Vakya means Agrajaha is Upapada Samasaha. And this dhatu jan has taken the da pratyaya. How do I know that so fast? Because we need the ti lopaha. Agra plus jan has taken the ti lopaha. And as I mentioned to you, these which upapadas, with which dhatus can take what pratyayas to form upapada samasas. Many of them are in from 321 to 32100 are given. And there, in the last, towards the end of that range, are some sutras for the dhatu jan. If you look at it in 3.2, I think Saptamya Janerdaha, I think the sutram is there. Yeah, Saptamya Janerdaha, Panchamya Majatau. So Agre Jataha. Agre Jataha. So one who's born in the beginning, in that earlier, Agre Jataha, Agre Jaha, Agre Jaha. So Agra means the tip on the beginning. Now this Dhatu Jan will take the Pratyaya Da. So that's 3297. And what happens is that because the da is coming, we've done this in the class before, because the da as a nit is coming, that causes the ti lopaha. So we have, I think if you want to put in the document, I guess we can do it. So agre jataha, agrajaha, one who's born earlier. So let's put in the document. If you want to make the vigraha vakyam for this, which Mulinatha has not given, because it's a straightforward word, which is a very common word. So agra plus ni. Because saptami, agre jata, agre, plus jan, plus the pratyaya da. Pratyaya da has been used. So, sutra that we're using here is the saptamyan janer daha. So when you have a saptami artha upapadam, then you can use the pratyaya da with dhatu jan. Before we do any of this, we should, as I mentioned to you many times, is we have to first find a sutram in 2.1 or 2.2. We should authorize the samasaha. And within that, from 2122 up to 2222 is tatpurushas. And towards the end of that, some special tatpurushas are given. So upapada samasas are a subset of tatpurushas. And there's only one sutram for that in 2.2. It is upapadamating. Upapadamating. And very quickly again, the problem with upapada samasas is that normally we have a subantam with another subantam is compounded. In case of Upapadas, the second Subantam is not ready yet. So you cannot bring the Pratyaya da with jan until you have the Samasa formation taking place. The Samasa formation cannot take place until the sup is ready. So to overcome that problem, Pani says, Upapadam ating. If you have this qualified Upapadas, they can be compounded with a related term. It doesn't have to be Subanta. So it says, Samarthena Shabdantarena Samasyate. As long as you are not creating a Tingantam Padam. So Upapadam ating is 2219. So this 2219 only tells us that you can make this kind of a compound. But then it doesn't tell us which Upapadas are qualified, which compound, which dhatus, and in connection with what pratyayas. So for that we have to go to 3 dot in the third chapter, where Panini says the Tatropapadam Saptami Stham. Tatropapadam Saptami Stham. So that he says in this third dhatu, dhatu adhikara, the thing which is indicated by the Saptami, that is a Upapada. That gets the name Upapada. And as I said, most of them, many of them come from 321 to 32100. So we need 2219. Then we need 3192, Tatra Upapadam Saptami Stham. Then after that, we have to go to the specific case that we have right now, is the 3297. Let me put these numbers here. We've done this time many times before, but I just want to refresh your memory here. So 2219, which is Upapadam ating. Any compound you have to find a sutra in 2.1 or 2.2. Always start from there, and then go and finish up the other details, and then 3297. So far we got this much. Agre jayate iti agrajaha, one who is born earlier. Now what we need is that we need the pratyaya, we need to form agraja. Let's see. Let me see. Who can do this for me now? Yes, you try this, Karthik? From here?
Yeah, I can try.
Okay, first tell me what will remove this me. Can you try that? I'll give you a choice. Give me the number or the sutram. I'll give you the other one. Which one do you want to take?
I actually forgot the sutra. It's I think all the supratyas, ni and up will drop out.
I'll give you a third choice. I'll give you the meaning of them also. So within the Pratipadikam, or within a dhatu, supratyaya drops. So what is supram? Supo dhatu pratipadikayo.
Supo dhatu pratipadikayo.
And then where would that be? Look syat. Look syat.
Look.
Where would you look for that? I'm sorry. Where would you try to find that?
Should
end of 2.4.
Okay.
Look, at the end of 2.4, look prakaranam is there. So
Okay.
that's where you want to, go and try to find this one. 247.
Does it come with adi prabhritibhya shapaha? It's
That is
wrong
the
with
same. That's also in the same
Same.
section. Adiprabhritibhya shapaha is okay. Now
We
next
have
thing is
tehe.
that tehe.
Tehe.
Which one are you using? What number? There are 2 tehes. Which one are you using?
I don't know the number, but we use the same thing in the lut prakarana also for dar or rasaha.
Yes, dar or rasaha. Correct. There are 2 of them. There are 6 in the bhasya adhikara. 64143 and 64155. Now the 143 anuvritti is coming down of the diti. That's what the one that we want. And the 155 is a completely different anuvritti of the ishta, imunich, and iyasun. We don't have that right now. So we want 64143. But then what else do we need to mention here? Do you remember? I just told you it's in the bhasya adhikara. So what sutram gives the bhasanya? What sutram do we get?
Yachibham.
Yachibham. Anuvritti for that is what? Anuvritti for that is what? The entire prior sutram anuvritti for that. For Yachibham, there is the entire anuvritti of the prior sutram, which is what?
Yachibham.
Swadishva Saranamastane.
Swadisha Saranamastane.
Swadishva Saranamastane. Swadishu. We don't have Swadishu. From where do Swadis begin?
From Suaujas, Amokshas.
412. 412 to end of 5th adhyaya is Swadi. Now we are using that note 3297. The
I think-
pratyaya da that we brought in, the da was brought in from 3297. So we are not in the Swadi domain.
I think so. This will be Vachana Samarthya because he has a da as a it letter, so it has to be.
So what is that is Vachana Samarthya, or the thing, the Anubandha Karana Samarthyat, Avasyapi Terlopaha. So on the 64143, Kashika mentions, Siddhanta Kaumudi also slightly different wording, Dit Karana Samarthyat, Avasyapi Terlopaha. Otherwise, the Dakarasya Prayojanam Nasti. So there is no use of making the Dakara as an it. Otherwise, it has no other Prayojanam except Rutti Lopaha. So that's how we use 64143. We can use, the Vyakhyanam. I can put like that. So but you should remember that we are not in the, we don't have a Bhasanya for the Jan, because Bhasanya only is Swad issue. Of course, Yachi. The Yachi is fine. We do have that. By the which sutram made the da is in it? By what sutram? The da is in it by what sutram?
Chutu.
Chutu, pratyadi, chavargata, yeah, so that's on. So then we use the T lopa, and then that will give us the Jan, the T bhaga. What's the sutram for the T? What sutram which tells you what T is?
Achontyadi T.
Achontyadi T. So you take the Antya Ach and make that the Adi. Achontyadi. Starting from there, you go to the end of the term. So the term was Jan. In Jan, of course, there's only one Ach, is the A. So starting, that has to be Antya Ach, is the same one. You start from there and go to the end of the term. So An is the T bhaga. So that's how we got the T lopa by 64143. And then, of course, the Da Anubandha lope Agrajaha. Okay, thank you. Just some practice for you, because this is kind of, you're not going to find this in the commentary of Malinatha, because by this time he's expecting us to know this. And even if you don't understand all this, okay. If you don't, meaning Agraja is there, just remember that this dhatu is, what is the word is, how do you define in layman terms, how to define Upapada Samasa? In layman terms, it means that Uttara Padam which is there, Uttara Bhaga which is there, which in this case is Ja. It has no standing on its own. It depends on the Upapada being there. So that, that Ja cannot be created unless and until there is a compounding with that qualified Upapada. That is how I define the Upapada Samasa. So otherwise, now when you say Raja Purushaha, the Mahabahu, so Purusha and Bahu, they can exist on their own. They don't require to be compounded. But this one has to be compounded. Without compounding, it has no status. That's how you check whether Upapada Samasa is there or not, is simply look at the right-hand term, second term, and see if it has independent standing, or does it have to be compounded. If it has to be compounded, then it will be Upapada Samasa. That's the simple. And if there's a dhatu in there that you can recognize, at least partially recognize, So that's what it's called Nitya Samasa. Nitya Samasa means it has to be compounded. The Vakyam na Samavati. You cannot have a Vakyam for this. You have to use some other terms. See, normally when we have, let's say, Raja Purusha, say Rajnya Purusha, Raja Purusha, the king's man. You can use the Swapada Vigraha Samavati. Sapada Vigraha means you can use the same terms of the compound and describe the compound in a sentence, Vigraha Vakyam. This you cannot do that. You'll have to say Agre Jayate iti Agrajaha. So you cannot just use Ja, you have to say Jayate iti Agrajaha. The other thing which I told you is that if you have the Vigraha Vakyam in front of you, which is one of the best ways to learn compounds in the beginning. For the beginner, you only learn those compounds which are already explained in the Vigraha Vakyam for you. And in the Vigraha Vakyam, you will see the Tingantam Padam. That is the best way to recognize this is the Upapada Samasa. You will say, because normally you will not have a verb in the Vigraha Vakyam. But in the case of Upapada Samasa, that second part has to be replaced by a verbal form, Tingantam form. So Agre Jayate iti Agrajaha. The moment you say Jayate iti, you should start looking for Upapada Samasas. Okay. And the only explanation he gives is Ramaha. Because there is nothing there. Okay, what was the question?
Satishji.
Yes, Vasu.
Satishji.
Yes.
First, my confusion was I thought it was Bahuvrihi because it's Anyapada Pradhanam, Anyapada is Rama.
No, not Anyapada. Remember one thing, Vasu, very simple thing is that in a Bahuvrihi, the second member will be a noun, not an adjective. The second member in the Bahu, let's when you say Pitambaram Vishnum, Pitambara Vishnu. Ambara is a noun. It cannot just qualify somebody like that. So the Bahuvri is required in order to make it adjectival. It changes that noun status to make it adjective. So if the Uttara Padam is a Visheshanam, generally you do not have Bahuvri. Do not have Bahuvri. Check any Bahuvri. Like the word Bahuvri itself, Vrihi means rice, So you cannot make rice as an adjective to somebody. So here we have the term Agrajaha. Agrajaha is already an adjective. Doesn't need to be, and or the acid test is that it should be Anyapada Pradhanaha. The word Agraja is in the compound itself, born earlier. Doesn't have to be, you have to be careful. Means if an adjective is already there qualifying that entity, that is not Bahuvri. It's not Bahuvri. When you say Pitambara, you say yellow cloth. Now Vishnu is nowhere in the compound. He's neither yellow nor the cloth. It has to be Bahuvri. But here Agraja already means born earlier as an adjective. So that person is already in their compound. You don't have to look outside for it. And again, the Uttara Bhaga should not be adjective. One more test for you, Vasu, is that if you take a Bahuvri and take the Uttara Padam only, there is no way it can point to that Samasta Padam. For example, take a word Mahabahu, right? You just take Bahu. There's just no way Bahu can mean that person. Not possible. Take Pitambara. So Ambara cannot mean Vishnu only. It's not. Sita Prajnaha. Prajnaha cannot mean that person at all. But here you go Agrajaha. Agrajaha is already that person is there. So we can very well take Agrajaha. Of course, there is some additional information given by the previous Padam. That's fine. But Agrajaha directly is already telling you that it's that person. So it's not be Bahuvri. It's not be Bahuvri. Because as I mentioned to you, the second Padam should not be generally an adjective. This is an adjective.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I just thank you for clarification because
but these are the various tests that you use,
Yeah, confusion. It was my confusion. I just want. Thanks for explaining.
And one thing also you can try another test you can use. Is in the Vigraha Vakyam you'll have to use Yat Tat. How would you use Yat Tat? If you want to make a Vigraha Vakyam out of this. For example, when you say Chita Prajnaha, Chita Prajna Yasya Saha, one whose intelligence is firm, unwavering. What would you say over here? Can we say that? One who is what? If you want to make the Vigraha Vakyam in English also, doesn't matter. One whose or one from whom. Then let's take the prior shloka right here that we had. These are Bahuvris. See, these are Bahuvris over here. Is Chuta Vikankata Srucham. Now this Sruch is a noun. You cannot make an adjective out of this. If you just take the word Sruch itself, or Srug when declined, there's no way the Srug will point to the priest. You cannot make the Srug and say this is the priest. It's not possible. Same thing here. Apoda Karmanam. The Karman, first of all, is a noun, not an adjective. Secondly, if you just take the Karman, it will not point to the priest. Because this is Karman means, actually Vyaparaha, as Malinatha says. So this second half on it. So, but here, Agrajaha, when you say, Agrajaha is pointing to the person already directly, right there. And you see what he says is that he says, Chuta Vikankata Sruchaha Yebhyaha Te Tesham. Now, you could not make a Vigraha Vakyam like that over in Lakshmana Agrajaha. How would you make it? One who's what? One who's, no, it would not be like that. Okay, so good. That's fine. But good. There's a couple of things you can test out these Bahuvris. Okay. Now, next thing what Malinatha says is Banam. No commentary. No commentary. Very straightforward. It's a Ramava Shabdaha. So Banam is a fixed piece in the puzzle. Every shloka is a puzzle for us. And it's a fun puzzle. You may not be able to get all the pieces. But Banam is a fixed piece. So tackle the fixed pieces first. Why is it a fixed piece? Because it can only be Ditya Ekvachanam Pullinge. It can only be a masculine accusative singular. And the moment you say Dvivachanam, Ditya Vibhakti, it has to be the karma of something. Dantam Padam, Dantam Padam. It might be leading to an Amvyaya maybe. And you can look a little bit ahead and say Uddharan, Samudharan. So Banam Samudharan. that Banam is a very good piece to have, because you know the Vibhakti 100%, you know it. And secondly, you also are now expecting to find something, a verb or a participle or maybe an Avya Padam, which will connect to this one. Otherwise, the Banam cannot stand on its own. It is depending on something for its standing. So the Prathama Vibhakti can stand on its own. Dvitiya cannot. So Lakshmanagrajaha, you can just say Narayanaha, you can say Shivaha, Ramaha, Govindaha, you can say. You cannot say Govindam. Govindam will not be a complete sentence. It depends on something else, Govindam Bhajami, whatever, Pashyami, Pujayami, Avahayami. You have to say something like that, okay? So Banam is now dangling onto something, and we are pending that one, which we're going to get from Malinatha. He's just putting this one in between, and then he's going to give us Samudharan after that, okay? Same thing, Lakshmanagraja has to be a Prathama Ekavachanam. This is Ramavat Shabda, it has become. It's an adjective, but it has now become Ramavat. It has become Rama. It's qualifying Rama, as you already said. So Banam, no commentary. We, of course, means an arrow. I think we all know Banam means an arrow. Ashraya Mukhat. Okay. Ashraya Mukhat, he didn't give a Vigraha Vakyam for us, but he gave a Paryaya Shabda. He says, Tunira Mukhat. So Ashraya means which is the basis of the receptacle, holder. So Ashraya Mukhat means from the mouth of its holder. So this Tunira is another way for the quiver. The quiver of arrows is called Tunira. So Banashraya means it is a Tunir. Tunira Mukhat. So from the opening, I think Mukha means opening. From the opening of the quiver, from that. So that is Panchami Ekavachanam, Ashraya Mukhat, and of course this will be simple Shashitat Purusha. Ashrayasya Mukhat. From the opening, or the Mukha means face, or in this case the opening. The opening of the holder means the quiver. Then Samudharan. Okay, what's the dhatu in Samudharan? Anybody? Samudharan. Okay, Ushaji, take a try. Karthik wants to try. Okay, Usha will try. And give me a sutram also then, which will require for that. 1 second. Okay, yeah, Ushaji, you want to try?
I just think it's Bru.
Ushaji?
Yeah, Satiji.
Go ahead. We can a little bit louder. We can't hear you.
Yeah, I think it's Bru.
What's the dhatu?
Bru.
Dhru. Possible, but Udhru is, could be. What's the other choice? Anybody? Anybody in the class? What's the choice? So one suggestion is that Samudharan, the dhatu is Dhru. Any other choice? And give me a sutram for that. Okay. Karthik has a choice here. Let's see. Yes, Karthik.
Is it Hru?
Dhatu Hru. Uddharati. Hru is to take away. Uddhara is to lift up. Uddhara. What sutram for this, Karthik, which you require?
Jayoho anyatarasyam.
Jayoho anyatarasyam. So sam, ud, and haran. Samudharan. So the I will check the meanings. Maybe dharan also might be possible. Dhru is to kind of hold. Dharati. I think it's also dharayati. Dhru, I think, is a couple of ganas. I think the first gana, also in the 10th gana. So uddhara, dhru is to hold. Uddhara means might be to lift also is possible. But I think udhru is probably better. Let me check it after. Give me 1 second. I think udhru is definitely correct. The udhru, as Ushaji said, maybe let me see. Let's do that. Okay, actually Apteji gives to draw out, to raise up. So okay, so Ushaji is right. Uddharan, that also will work. Now let's make sure that I'm right. Let me go to udhru and let's try that. Okay, so udhru also will work. In which case, of course, it's straightforward, nothing special. This is the Vartamana Kritamanta form. Let me just look at udhru now and so make sure that also is correct. I think it is correct. Udhru is here, and udhru should also be correct. Okay, udvij. udhru, udvela, udvrita. Sometimes after that the order is a bit messed up. Udvega, udvartaka, udvritta, udvela, udveshchita, udras. I'm not able to find. Anybody finding it updates? I'm looking for udhr. Not seeing it. Okay, then maybe Ushaji is maybe right. Yes, maybe dhru is the dhatu here. Udhru. So udhru only, it is not udhru, I guess. Okay. Uddharanam. All right. Okay, then we'll go with. I'll check this out in more detail. But I'm not finding udhru. But still, the point is valid. Is that the sutra which Karthik mentioned, we would have had a sandhi like Srimad Dhanuman, like that. We would have had the dhatu was rhu, udharan. That also would have given the same form. But I think usage-wise, looks like they're using the udhru only and not.
Satishji?
Yes.
Like in Aptitude dictionary, if you search for udhr, it's giving us a second choice, ud plus hr.
Second is giving that. Okay. So when I'm looking at the printed dictionary, you will find on the book, I'm looking at that, and he has not listed udhru. He's given many examples under the udhru. So I guess. Okay, so maybe there is under there. He might give under that itself. Let me check that. Maybe under udhru, there itself he might give udhara. So then maybe both are possible right there. Let me check that. Let me check that. Udharanam, udhru. Oh, both he has given. Okay, he has given udhru also. All right, fine. So I guess you're both right then. Udhru or udhru. All right, good. So yes, you're right. Second choice, to draw out, to take out. So he listed that right in udhru itself. He listed both of them under udhru itself. I was looking in the alphabetical order. I couldn't find there, but under udhru itself, he listed both of the choices as udhru and udhru. Yes, maybe Vasu was same thing. Yes, Vasu.
Satishji.
Yes.
Is this Bhorama Mamudhara?
Oh, Mamudhara, yes, very good. Yeah, Mamudhara, correct, exactly. So there also you have two choices. Udhara or udhara. Yes, correct. Bhuma Mamudhara, correct. Very good. Same. We have chant in our Mangalacharam every time we chant this. Yes, correct. Good guess. You always try to scan your database which you have, if you can. Of course, sometimes it comes to your mind quickly, and it is. So let me put this in the document here. Interesting. So Udharan, Samudharan, Samudharan. We have two choices. It can equal to sum, of course, is no choice there. Then ud, and then we can have either dharan or we can also have haran. And when we use haran, then we have to use the sutram which Karthik said, which is 8462. Jayoho anyatarasyam. Jayoho anyatarasyam. The sutram says that if you have a jay letter preceding, in this case, jay is the dakara which is here. And then, what is jay from jabai, garadash, jaba garadash, and then from up to the kapai. So jay means the first four columns of the vargiyas. So jay, and of course dakara is in that. Then the jayo ho, in place of her, you make it the purva savarna, make that the adesha for that. Of course, ha is a mruduvarna. It's also a mahaprana. So you'll go to the number 4 of that class. Because it will become savarna with the, it's going to take the dhakara is the closest because of the antaratamaha, sthani antaratamaha. It's going to become dhakara. So either one are fine. What's the prajapatikum here, Karthik? What's the prajapatikum here? So,
it's Uddharat.
Yes, Samudharat. Samudharat prajapatikum. And what so what we have really is here is we had the Samud, dharat, and then we had su. So what sutras are coming here? Samudharat.
We will have the halniyabhyo dirgat sutisya pruktam hal.
So 6 one word that says because halantamangam that we have, and because of that, first of all we have to use upadesha jananasika it, and after that the aprukta hal means the single letter pratyaya, that sakara will drop from that. Okay, then what after that?
Ugitacham sarvanamasthane adhatoho.
So that will be num agamaha. Because that uddharat, that is a shatru pratyaya is in that. Shatru has the ru as an it, so uk as an it. That means the num agamaha. That's 7170. And then midacho antyat paraha. Of course, in the num you have to use halantyam and padesha jananasika it. And then midacho antyat paraha. When the mo as an it does, you put the agama after the last vowel in the term. So in the at, that the last vowel of that is so following the So then after we apply these sutras, then we get so what we have now is we have samud dha rand. Okay, now what do we do now?
Sanyogantasya lopaha.
Then sanyogantasya lopaha 8-23, and because of that being a siddham, we cannot do 8-7. So, and after which we cannot, because the Tripadi we cannot look back in the Tripadi. So 8-7, which removes the ending nakara of pratipadikam, which if you have a nakara which belongs to pratipadikam, also padanta nakara, it's tasya lopa. But that would have come because samudharan is suptingantam padam. Nakara came as an agama. It became a part of that because yad agama sthal guni bhavati. It becomes a part of that. Everything was satisfied, but the takar lopa is asiddham in the eyes of 8-7. So therefore, 8-7 still looks at the takara as being there. Because takara was removed by 8-23, which later ruled in Tripadi. So, okay. So this is just like, of course in Gita, my favorite shloka in Gita is chapter 5, right? Pashyan Shrunvan Srishan Jigran Nashnan Gachan Sapan Shwasan Palapan Visijan Gundhan Mishan Nimishan Napi. So this is string of these in Gita. String of these in Gita in chapter 5 towards the beginning itself, like maybe chapter 5, maybe 5th, 6th shloka somewhere there. So you have a long string of these, like Samudharan in Raghuvamsham that we have. If you from your Gita, you can see the same thing here. It's in chapter 5, number number 8 and 9. Pashyan, Shrunvan, Srishan, Jigran, Nashnan, Gachan, Sapan, Shwasan, Palapan, Visijan, Gundhan, Mishan, Nimishan, Napi. In English, you can use the word ing. So Pashyan means watching. Shrunvan means listening. Srishan means touching. Jigran means smelling. Ashnan means eating. Gachan means going. Sapan means sleeping. Shwasan means breathing, and so on. So Palapan means chatting. Visijan means releasing. Grinhan means taking. Unmishan means opening the eyes. Nimishan means closing the eyes. So that is what. So in this case, what we have samudharan. Samudharan means extracting or drawing out. Ud means to take up. So ud means drawing out. So it says that drawing up or drawing out. Samudharan. And in English, these ing endings become indeclinables. The boy. So I don't know why I'm getting this. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here today. I'm getting this warning all the time. But anyway, I hope I can save this document. But so signed in, save a new window, sign in. Okay, let me give me a second. Let me actually do this thing. Let me just come back to this window. All right, let me do this. This is complaining that it cannot allow me to save this thing. So let me do this. So in English they become indeclinables, but here they have to be, they're qualifying somebody. So Samudharan is qualifying Ramaha, or becomes Samudharat would have been a neuter form, and Samudharanti would have been a feminine form. So in English they become indeclinables, but here they have to be declined. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Trying to save this document and also this thing is complaining at me today. Okay, so that completes the first half. Let me open up this. Okay, let me see if I have this one here. Okay, some technical difficulties. Tantrika Bada, technical difficulties. Let me see if I have this. Oh no, I think I lost that. Let me try to copy it from here. All right, let me try to save this fellow now. All right, I think it's happy with me right now. Okay, so that's what we have here. Samudra is qualifying Ramaha. It's Pratama Ekavachanam. So coming back to that, we see. So that's what he next takes. So this is also kind of because we have not completed a sentence yet. It's only this whole thing is still qualifying Ramaha, the doer of the sentence, because the sentence is Lakshmanagrajaha Ramaha apashyat. The simple sentence is apashyat. He saw. Then why is Mulina taking all these things first now? Because Samudharan is qualifying Ramaha. And then that Samudharan had with it the karma, which is Banam Samudharan. And that Banam had with it the Ashraya Mukhat. So that's why all these have to be tagging along with that. And then, Sapadi was in the beginning of the sentence itself. Now you know why he has taken all these like that, Then he says Unmukhaha. It's Urdhva Mukhaha. This is a Bahuvrihi, by the way. You can look at, let's apply our test again, because the word Mukha is not an adjective. It's a noun. Secondly, this is definitely a Bahuvrihi. Why is that? Can somebody tell me in the class why this has to be a Bahuvrihi compound? Unmukhaha. Okay, Karthik has it. Anybody else? Anybody else? This has to be a Bahuvrihi compound. Okay. Yes, Karthik, go ahead.
Linga Parivartanam Drishyate.
Linga Parivartanam Drishyate. By the way, that's my own. Don't quote that too much. I made it up on my own. Okay? I'll tell you when I make up things on my own. I don't. It's correct statement, but it's not like a Shastriya Vakyam. I made some things on my own. It's correct because you can see the change in the gender. The Uttara Padam Mukham is neuter. Is because Mukham Mukhe Mukhani, but this has become Ramavat Shabdaha now. So this is going to be a Bahuvrihi compound. Ulmun Mukhaha. But you will not get the transformation in the gender like that. Because Anyapada Pradhanatvat, because it is pointing to some other padam, which is Ramaha. So that's why it has now to obey. Bahuvris have to obey the gender number case of that other padam. They don't have the independence like Tatpurusha where they can keep their own, Uttar Pradam. Uttar Pradhanatam Nasti. So they have Unmukhaha. And then only what Malinath has done is he says Ud equals Urdhva. So here the Ud has the meaning of Urdhva. So we'll say Urdhvam Mukham Yasya Saha. He didn't give Vigraha Vakyam, by the way. Because Vigraha Vakyam should be easy. All he said is Ud is Urdhva, is all what he's telling us. The rest of the we have to do on our own. So Urdhvam Mukham Yasya Saha. And as I said, normally when the commentator has not given Vigraha Vakyam, it's going to be straightforward, So Urdhvam Mukham Yasya Saha. Ambare, no commentary, Akashe. Ambare is Akashe. So far up to Unmukhaha, we have completed all the adjectives and the additional tagging items for the Karta. The Karta is Sri Ramaha, and he had the adjective of Uddharan, also the adjective of Unmukhaha, and then Uddharan, as I mentioned to you, had the karma of Banam. The Banam had a clause of Ashraya Mukhat. So all those have been dealt with now. So now he is ready for you the Karta. In the middle, he puts another clause, this Saptami, which is Ambare, in the sky. Okay, next he takes Gridha Paksha Pavanerita Dvajam. This is qualifying again a Bahuvri. Apply the test again, which is that it is Dvaja is a Nama Shabda. It's not a Visheshanam. If you just look at the word Dvaja, it really cannot tell you that is qualifying the army. Only Dvaja cannot be sufficient to indicate the army. So that means that we have a most likely a Bahuvrihi compound, which is, and one more trademark of Bahuvrihi. The trademark of Bahuvrihi doesn't have to be all the time, but many times you'll have this Nishthantam Padam as the Pura Padam, because I mentioned it also many times before. This Paniniya Sutra called Nishtha in two places in Ashtadhyayi, and one in the 2.2 is he has a Sutra Nishtha itself, which says that, Bahuvrihi Samase Nishthantam Padam Puram Nipatyate. So Puram Tishtati. It becomes the earlier member. It has some exceptions, but for the most part, if you see a Nishthantam Padam, Ekshita Prajnaha, Gata Sandeha, many Gita examples, many Gita examples for you. This can be another homework for you. Is go through Gita and find all these, what we call these past participles, which are the first member of a compound to create a Bahuvrihi. Like Nashta Shokaha, Hatadhihi, we can make so many of them, even the word like Vidhava. So Vigataha Davaha, one whose husband has gone away. So in 2.2, Panini has a sutram Nishtha, which says that in the here it is Nishtha. It says Bahuvrihau. So it is, and the Anuvritti Purvam. So Purvam Bahuvrihau Nishtha. And that you see here is the Irita Dvajam. So that also is one way to test it. Probably you're looking at a Bahuvrihi compound. Of course, this has other things behind it also, but just this part, Irita Dvajam, is enough to then make the Bahuvrihi compound. So one whose flags are fluttering. Ir dhatu ir is to propel, to urge, like prerana. Perayati means to urge, to propel. So Irita, I think Mulinatha gives what does he give? Let's see. Gridhra Paksha Pavanair. So what he gives? Gridhra Paksha Pavanaihi. Up to that, he didn't split up any further for us. Means that the further split should be easy for us. Okay. So Gridhranam, then Pakshanam, Pavanaihi. So there is two very straightforward Shakti Tatpurusha compound, which he is not going to waste his time doing that for us, because means the wind of the wings of the vultures. So Gridhra Paksha Pavana. So Gridhranam Pakshanam Pavanaihi. So that's straightforward. Then he says Pavanaihi Iritaha. What kind of compound is that? Pavanaihi Iritaha. What is that? Now in that, only if it's split like that Nishthantam Padam is Uttara Padam now. The Nishtha is Uttara Padam. So Pavanaihi Iritaha. What kind of compound is that? Anybody in the class? Pavanaihi Iritaha. Well, you can clearly see it in the compound itself. Pavanaihi. Anybody besides Karthik? Anybody? Then what is this? Okay, Usha wants to try. So Pavanaihi Iritaha. Yes, Usha, go ahead. Usha ji?
Iritaha is
I think your volume is a little bit too low. Go ahead. We can't hear you. It's a Tatpurusha, it's a Tritiya Tatpurusha. I think that's what you're saying. But your volume is low. So it's a Tritiya Tatpurusha. Because Pavanaihi, clearly you can see the Vyadikarana relationship there between this and that. So Pavanaihi is by the winds, by the I guess the air or the wind. So Pavanaihi Iritaha. It's clearly a Tritiya Tatpurusha. This is also a very common compound. But now we have the Nishthantam Padam, the Uttara Padam we have. And there Panini has a sutram which says Kartu Karane Krita Bahulam. Kartu Karane Krita Bahulam. It's the Kartu or Karta when you have. I'm sorry, Kartu or Karana when you have. So when a doer or instrument. And then if you have a Krudantam, Krudantam Padam, it can be compounded to form a Tritiya Tatpurusha. So Kartu Karane Krita Bahulam. And this happens quite often, is that you have many times this Nishthantam Padam, and you have something instead of instrument or the doer as the Pura Padam. So I think it must be somewhere here from 2122 Statat Purushaha, and Tritiya will start. Tritiya is Kartrikarane Krita Bahulam. So this 2132 has been used by Malinasa, by Kalidasa, I guess. So Kartrikarane Krita Bahulam. So that is what explains the compound between the Pavana and the Irita. Pavana Irita will be this Titiya Tatpurushaha, which is given by this 2132. Maybe I'll put in a document. Maybe. Okay, let me try that. Okay, so what is given is the Pavanaihi Irita. So Pavanaihi Irita. But that is long E, by the way. Of course, you don't know in the compound because of Ad Gunaha. You have the Purapura Ekadesha has been done, so it doesn't tell. But Pavanaihi Iritaha Dhvajaha. The Pavanaihi Iritaha is you have to use that, what's the number again? 21 Pavanaihi Irita, 2132 has been used. So 2132 which is forming the Titiya Tatpurushaha. Okay, so that part he has done for us, and then after that, what does he do? The next step he's doing is that Iritaha. Then in the middle he gives Kampitaha. Kampitaha. To be very honest with you, if he didn't want to mention Kampitaha, he may not even have given this part for us. This part is a very easy part. The Pavanaihi Irita is straightforward, propelled by the wind. Propelled by the wind would be in English. But he wants to give us a Paraya Shabda for that, which is kind of more appropriate. So Kampitaha. Kamp means to shake, to flutter in English. So one whose flags were fluttering by the wind from the wings of the vultures. So Pavanaihi Iritaha equals Kampitaha. And Dhvajaha Yasya Tat Tathoktam. So Tat is the Balam, Tathoktam, which is qualifying that Balam. This whole thing is qualifying that Balam, which was of this kind. So it's army whose flags were shaken or fluttered by the wings of the vultures. So Dhvajaha. Okay. Now Rakshasam is Dur Nimitta Suchanam Etat. This should not be in bold, by the way. I think this is a typo. Because Rakshasam is in the shlokaha. But this is not, he is not putting the padanva or anything here, So Rakshasam Balam is coming. This is bold, this in bold is fine. This is a part of the shloka, Rakshasam Balam. This is his commentary on that. So this is not taking Rakshasam from the shloka. I guess you could put in bold, depending on what the convention is, whatever it is. But this is just a comment he's making. Rakshasam Durnimitta Suchanam Etat. So Etat Dhajanam Kampanam. This shaking of the flags, fluttering by the wind of these vultures' wings, that is suggesting this Dushakunam. It is a bad omen, suggesting a bad omen for the Rakshasas. Rakshasam Durnimitta Suchanam Etat. So this is intended to show that something bad is going to happen to the Rakshasas. And how does he justify that? Taduktam Shakunaranave. Aranava really means an ocean. Shakunaranava, these are all these old texts which are not even known to us anymore. All these, they had so many texts in those old days about medicine, about this, about law, about, of course, logic, about, all kinds of things, Even about how to steal, they had texts, how to steal also. So, but anyway, Shakunaranava, I don't know where this text is available today or not. But anyway, at that time, Shakunaranava means an ocean, or means description, detailed description of all these omens, the science of omens, Shakunaranava. What does it say? Asanna mrityoho. Again, Bahu. Look at the Bahuvri, by the way. Asanna mrityoho. This very same trademark is the Asanna dhatu sad. Sad becomes Asanna. Okay, anybody in the class, sutram for me? Asad become Asanna. Anybody in the class? Besides Karthik, anybody? I'm looking for the sutram where the Nishtha Takara becomes Nakaraha. Okay, I'll give you three choices. I'll give you either the number or the sutram or the meaning. If you can give me the other one or two. All right. Okay, I'll give you the meaning. Okay, Ushaji has a chance. Let's try Ushaji. Give me any one of these three, Ushaji. Yes, Ushaji.
रदाभ्याम निष्ठा तो नः पूर्वस्य चदः.
Very good, thank you. Tadabhyam nishtha to naha. So nishtha takara becomes nakara and purvasya chadaha. Even the prior dakara becomes nakara. So dhatu has sad, and we add the nishtha first. Before even doing any of that, we have to first check for idagamaha. So idagamaha we have to see in the danteshu list. The danteshu list, what do we have? Let me check, because in Dante, because otherwise, if there's idagama, then we don't need any of this. It's not going to happen. So let's see. Always make it a good habit to check that 7 to 10 sutra. When I say we should check, means where? Under 7 to 10, which is what ekacha upadeshanudattat, any dhatu which is ekacha, which is anudatta swara on the dhatu swara is anudatta. Of course, we have not memorized dhatu partha with the swaras. So even from Patanjali's time, they have made it easy and given us this list of dhatus which are anit dhatus in the halanta or in the halanteshu, or which are the set dhatus in the ajanteshu. So in the danteshu, ada, khuda, khida, chida, tuda, nuda, padya, vida, vidya, vidyati, vinad, vind, shad, sad. Okay, there it is. Sad. Okay, so this is anit dhatu. Anit dhatu. So then we have sad plus nishtata. So sutra nishtha itself, taktavatu nishtha. So we have sad plus ta. Actually, it's a kta, rashakvata dite. And then what Usaji is saying, the two things Panini is doing by 8242. Sutra 8242. So radabhyam, dhatu ending in dakara or refa. Like in all these words like jirna, sankirna, udirna, these are all these dhatu ending in ra. Either directly or indirectly they became ra after some transformations maybe. And then after all of that you get the nishtha takara becomes nakara. Okay, so sad plus ta, and then we have two things happening. Nishtha takara, nishtha to naha. Nishtha ta becomes na. And purvasya cha daha. That prior the also becomes na. Now I ask one question every time when I see this. I think some of you might, people even laugh at me now. I ask the same question all the time. The question that I'm going to ask you that is, and I ask this every time this sutram comes, is why do we need purvasya cha daha? Why could we not use that, yoronunasike nunasiko va? Yoronunasike nunasiko va. Why if I just made the ta into na, then for example, you say Chinmayananda Swamiji, right? Chinmayananda. So Chidmaya become Chinmaya. Now why could I not do that over here? Sad na becomes sanna. Why could I not use, so why did Panini have to say purvasya cha daha? Why could I not use that sutram yoronunasike nunasiko va? Why could I not use that? Okay, give anybody besides Karthik. Anuj just joined us. Maybe she may have the answer. Again, as when you have any such question, always go to the Vritya Sutram and see what it says. Let's give Karthik. Yes, Karthik.
That rule is only for Padanta. The Yaronunasike and Nasiko.
Right, only Padanta. Where is the rule? What number is that, by the way? So,
it's I think 8-4 somewhere.
Yes, 8-4. Towards the latter part of 8-4. Let's do some practice. Let's look at the Vritya Sutram. Isn't the Padasya Adhikara? I'm sorry, I'll take that back. It may be Anuvritti of Pada is coming from somewhere. Because Padasya Adhikara ends in 8354 in that one. But this is beyond that. This is 84, I think around 50 something, maybe 56, 57. Yoronunasiko nunasiko va. Maybe a little bit before, maybe. Here it is, 44, I'm sorry. Yoronunasiko nunasiko va. So what is the vritti for that? Is that Padanta Grahanam Anuvartate. Kashika already knows the problem. So he says that in the beginning itself, he says, Padanta Grahanam Anuvartate. That will solve your doubt. It has to be Padanta, Yar. Then only you get the, of course this is also Vikalpena. But then pratyaya bhasham nityam, you have a vartikam on this. Pratyaya bhasham nityam is in bhasha, in non-Vedic. If that is the pratyaya is falling, that anunasika is the pratyas, in that case it is nityam. So, but anyway, so the main point I'm trying to make is this is not padanta. That's why Panini had to say purvasya chadaha. Otherwise, you could not use this sutram to make that the into na. So, so anyway, the sutram as Usha clearly said is 8 to 42. So, trying to give you practice as much as I can of all these sutras that we have learned. Try to practice them. So, again, a very trademark bahuvrihi here. Asanna mrityoho nikate charanti grudradayo mudhni gruhordva bhage iti. Asanna mrityoho is asannaha, is samipam praptaha. Mrityoho yasya saha. One who is one for whom death is very close to whom. So he is one to whom death is very close. Means he's on a deathbed, like in English you say. So asannaha mrityuhu yasya saha, one whose death is very close. Asad is to sit down or to sink. Asad is to try to, can mean to attack or to approach or to come close to. So asanna means samipa praptaha, is coming close. So asanna mrityo nikate. So what is this? Shakunarnava is saying is that this is a bad omen. What is the bad omen? Asanna mrityoho nikate. So close to a person who is about to die. Charanti grudhradeyaha. So all these vultures, etc., they move around close to this person. Murdhni, they hover on his head. Gruhordha bhage iti, or they hover on top of his house. On his house, they keep on hovering on his house or on his head. They move around close to him. So these Rakshasas now had their, the way Kalidas has put that he had the Grudha Pakshaponerita Dhwajam. So means that these vultures were flying on top of their army. And the wings, or they were so close to them that the flapping of the wings were fluttering their flags in the army. Oh, this is the poet's imagination. And then in the next, no commentary, the rest of it. Rakshasam balam apashyat. The simple sentence is that Lakshmanagrajaha Rakshasam balam apashyat. So that is, if you just want to follow the story, that's also one, like in Bhagavatam, Ramayanam, there are so many Mahabharatam adjectives and poetry and all kinds of things. If you just want to take the simple sentence, if you want to just follow the stuff, you lose some of the color out of it. If you just want to see in black and white, so to speak, just want to see in black and white and just follow the story, then you can just simply say Lakshmanagrajaha, say Sapadi. Sapadi means immediately he noticed the army of the demons. Simple sentence. Okay, let me see who has joined us. We can do the English of this one. Or we have to maybe split these pages here. Okay, let me try to do that. Okay. Who wants to do? Let me try. Padmaji is a bit quiet in the class. Padmaji, you there?
This kind of thing and that kind of thing.
Padmaji, you there?
Don't put that filler.
No, she's not there. Anuji, let me try Anuji. Anuji, you there? Anuji, are you there? No, I thought she had joined us. Okay. I guess we can give it back to Pushpaji, man. She does homework all the time. Pushpaji, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, let me try Pushpaji. I know you do the homework all the time, so we're going to ask you this one now. Let's try the English. So, what about the word instantly?
Sapadi.
Sapadi, very good.
Gazing upwards is Unmukha.
Unmukha. It's not really gazing upward. It means one whose face was turned upwards. It's gazing upwards. Yeah. Unmukha is correct, but really it technically means one who was looking upwards. So while drawing.
Samudharan.
Samudharan. And we saw that could be dhru or dhru, samudharan. Now an arrow.
Banam.
From the quiver.
Ashraya Mukhat.
Ashraya Mukhat. Actually, you can say from the opening of the quiver, because he didn't translate the word Mukhat really, because if you just say Ashraya, we're going to say meaning. If you said Ashrayat, he means from the quiver. Ashraya Mukhat means from the opening.
Mukhat.
Okay. Rama
Rama.
is what?
Okay. Lakshmana.
Lakshmanagrajaha.
Lakshmanagraja.
That should be in the bracket really.
Right.
Rama into bracket who was the elder brother of Lakshmana. Lakshmanagrajaha. Then saw.
So is apashyad. Apashyad.
Comes in Gita, which adhyay? Which adhyay of Gita has this exact same word apashyad? Which adhyay of Gita? Same word. Apashyad in Gita. Apashyad deva devasya shayire pandavastada tatasya vismaya vishto vishtharoma dhananjaya pranamya shirasa deva kitanjira bhashata ajinuvacha pashyami devastava deva dehe. Chapter 11. Chapter 11.
11.
Apashyad deva devasya shayire pandavastada. So Arjuna has saw all these wonders in the Vishwarupam. Apashyad, so he saw. Apashyad. Anybody in the class, which is the sutram to make drish into pashya? Anybody in the class? Kartik has it. Anybody else? Anybody else? Actually, I'm going to soon retire and make Kartik the instructor. I'll become the panelist, I think. So we'll make Kartik the instructor now. So who else? I think we know. Let's see. Anuj must have this. Is she there? You got to have this. You know this many times. Anuj, are you there? No. Okay, because I know she knows this sutram. Ushaji should know this also, yes. Ushaji, do you know this? This becoming Pashya?
Yeah, I used to know, but I don't remember.
Okay. It is Shiti Pare, Shiti. Okay, let's give Kartik a chance. Yes, Kartik, go ahead.
The Pagra Dhmastha.
So it is in 7.3, I think around 78, is it?
Yeah, 78, I think.
7.378. Let's look at a long musical sutram. Long, nice musical sutram. And it says giving the Yatha Sankyam Adeshaha Bhavanti Shiti Pare. So Pagradma Sthamna Dan Drishyarti Sarti Shadasadam. Yatha Sankyam Piba Jigra Dhama Tishtha Mana Yacha Pashya Richa Dhau Shiya Sidaha. So these dhatus transform themselves into these forms. When Shiti Pare, when the pratyaya following is the talavya shows nit, in this case here is the pratyaya shap, this is the first kind of dhatu, kartari shap has come, so the drish becomes pashya. Okay. Okay. So now I think she got a phone, so that's okay. Let's go in the translation again. So host of Rakshasas, let's see. So host is the balam, and of Rakshasas is Rakshasam, balam. Okay. Somebody needs to mute themselves. Is it you, Raja, or is it Manoj? One of the two, I think. Maybe, or somebody has to mute himself. Okay. Okay, I think we're fine now. In the sky is Ambare, somebody in the sky. And now comes this whole compound, which you have to go to the next page. They are banners waving in the wind produced by the vulture's wing. Okay. Raja, I think you have to mute yourself, Raja, if that's you. Okay. They are banners waving in the wind produced by the vulture's wings. So Gridhra, Paksha is vulture is Gridhra, Paksha is wings, and waving is Irita, Kampita.
Okay, one second.
Raja, is that you? Okay. So banners is Dhvajaha and the wind is Pavana. So I think in the should be by the wind. So those who their banners were fluttered by the wind produced by the vulture's wings. Okay. So that was there. That was kind of straightforward verse now, nothing really too complicated. It was only small commentary on that. Let's go to the next one, see what we can find there. Tatra yavadipati makhadvisham tau sharavyam makarots netaran kim mahorga visarpi vikramo rajileshu garudah pravartate. One more time. It says Tatra Yavadipati Makhadvisham Tau Shravyam Akarod Netaran. Kim Mohoraga Visarpi Vikramo Rajileshu Garuda Pravartate. Okay, let's see what Mulinatha is saying for us. Let's do Padacheda for ourselves. Tatra Yau Adhipati. Adhipati. So clearly Yau and Adhipati are dual forms. Adhipati. Now, Makhadvisham, Tau, Sharavyam, Akarot. Now, the word Sharavyam might be new to you. But, you know, if Sharavyam is new to you, this Akarot should be pretty straightforward. Akarot. In Lang Lakara of Dhatu Kuru is become Akarot. So if you don't know Sharavyam, take out Akarot. Maybe they'll give you a hint. It's Sharavyam. So Sharavyam Akarot Saha. Sharavyam Akarot Saha. No Itaran. Adgunaha. If somebody is echoing, maybe it's you need to mute yourself. I think Raja or Manoj. Okay. No Itaran. And Kim, Kim has a couple of choices. It can be a Sarvanama Shabda. So Kim Ke Kani. But that would be a pronoun. It should start for something else. But this Kim is Jijñasayam, a question. Question. In this case, a rhetorical question. Rhetorical question means na iti artha. So would. So does. Mahoraga Visarpi Vikramaha Garudaha. It's a big compound. Mahoraga Visarpi Vikramaha. Again, most likely a Bahuvrihi compound. Because Vikramaha is a noun form. And this is qualifying Garudaha. Bahuvrihi compound. Mahoraga Visarpi Vikramaha. Rajileshu, Saptami Bahuvachanam, really, is you can say Tuchya Sarpeshu. These are, or Nirvisha Sarpeshu. This is the name of these special snakes, supposedly, which are not non-poisonous snakes. So, Garudaha, I think Prasiddha, you all know Garudaha. So, Pravartate, so this is the question. Means na pravartate iti arthaha. Means clearly he does not bother to deal with the serpents who have no poison in them. Okay, let's follow Malinatha, see what he says. Tatra iti. Tatra iti means he's commenting on this verse now. The Tatra iti means this is where we are in the text. So he always anchors you on the text where we are. Tatra iti. So that's where the commentary is going to start from now. And Saha is Ramaha. Always makes the good habit. See how beautifully he does that. Because Saha is qualifying, is a pronoun. It's qualifying somebody. That somebody is not in the shloka. So very nicely he gives us Saha equals Rama. You should make this a habit. The moment you see any pronoun or adjective, which includes Bahuvrihis, because all Bahuvrihis are adjectives, Anyapada Pradhanatvat, so Bahuvrihi Samasanam, so Visheshanatvam Vartate, Visheshanatvam Vartate. I'm making this on my own, so just don't quote this sentence like that. But because the Anyapada Pradhana is Bahuvrihis, so Visheshanatvam Vartate, they have to be adjectives because they're depending on the Anyapada. They're dictated by that. In fact, if you look at the last verse also, Malinatha did that for us. Because he gave us this one, Lakshmanagrajaha. I'm sorry, this is not a Bahuvri, this is a Tatpurusha. It's an adjective still. It's an adjective. Agrajaha was the Upapada Samasa. An adjective to somebody. So clearly he qualified Ramaha. So still the same principle holds here also. An adjectival compound is created, which is part of Tatpurusha, but this is an adjective still. The Uttar Bhaga is an adjective. So you have to make clear in your mind who is it qualifying. It's depending on somebody. So in short, when there is a padam which is depending on something else for gender number case, always clarify in your mind, or at least keep it pending in your mind, that this is taken as gender number case from somebody. So it may be in the verse, it may not be in the verse. And if you have a good commentator, but if it's not in the verse, he will show it to you. So Saha Ramaha. Same thing in the next word, Tatra. Tatra means Saptamyastrav. So Saptami Artha, you can use this. And Tatra means Tasmin or Tasyam or Teshu or Tayoho. Could be any one of those. So which one is the meaning here? So he says Tatra means Rakshasam Bale. Means Tasmin Rakshasam Bale. Tatra means there. So there means he's connecting with the prior Purvokta. So Purvokte Rakshasam Bale. So Rakshasam Balam had already come here. So that's how Muninatha connects to Tatra equals Rakshasam Bale. So in the army of the Balam can be, can mean strength, also means an army. Okay, this will be an easy question for you. When Bhagavad Gita Shloka, where is Balam as an army coming in Gita? Where is Balam coming in the Gita? Oh, Karthik is asking Gita question. Is very nice to see. Yes, Karthik.
Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhima virakshitam.
Bhima virakshitam. Paryaptam sudhamete sham balam bhishma virakshitam. So, no, I think, did you reverse that? Say it again. What's the shloka again? Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishma virakshitam.
Bhishma virakshitam.
Yeah. Paryaptam sudhamete sham balam. This is a very confusing verse of Gita, by the way. If you take the real meaning of this, right? Aparyaptam tadasmakam. Aparyaptam generally means samartha. Aparyaptam is asamartham. So what? Duryodhana is complaining to his teacher that our army is inadequate, which is guarded by Bhishma. So it is one of the interpretations, a very strange verse. Duryodhana himself is saying that our army is inadequate, but their army is adequate. Anyway, so but Balam is the Sainyam. So in the first adhyaya of Gita, it says, Duryodhana says, Aparyatam tadasmakam balam bhishma virakshitam, Paryatam chudamete sham balam bhima virakshitam. So balam means an army also. Tatra means tasmin, means rakshasam bale. Same principle again, it's a pronoun. It's tadita from tadita that has formed with a pronoun, but still you should be clear in your mind who is qualifying. So now Yau Makadvisham Adhipati. Now what he did for you is that Makadvisham is a Sashtyantam Padam. He made the sambandha for you nicely. So Makadvisham, it is, when you say of the haters of sacrifices, Dhatu is Dvish. And comes in Gita, when it says Adveshta, Sarvabhutana, Maitra, Karuna, Evacha. Dhatu Dvish is to hate. So here the Pradipati is Makadvish. Makadvish is a quip pratyaya has been used most likely. So one who hates sacrifices, Makadvish. So Makadvish, this could not be like Ramavash Shabda because we're going Ramanam. So this, even if you don't know not much grammar, you can say with 100% confidence, this is not Ramavash Shabda. Because no form of Rama Shabda will give Makad, will give Ramam. There's no form of Rama Shabda which gives Ramam. So this is not Ramavat. So pratyaya is am, which you know, because Sashti Bahusam is am. If you remove the am, only Makadvish remains. Makadvish. So Makadvish is the quip pratyaya has been used to form this compound Makadvish. So Makadvisham Adhipati. Adhipati is a dual form, by the way. Adhipati, like Hari. So Harihi, Hari Harayaha. So Prathamayoha Purva Savarna is Sutram for that. Prathamayoha Purva Savarna, which I think many of you know, like Harivat Shabdaha. So Adhipati means the Senapati, which are the leaders. Adhipati are the leaders. The two leaders. Agragamino, one who are going in front. So two of them. So Makadvisham Adhipati. So Yau. So those two who were the leaders of these haters of sacrifices, Makadvisham Adhipati. Tau, those two. And then he clarifies that. Who are they? Which is not given by Kalidasa. From Ramayana, etc., we know that Subahu Marichau. Subahu and Maricha were the two of them. Subahu Marichau. Those were the two of them. Subahu Marichau. That's his commentary on that. Then Sharavyam equals Lakshyam. Sharavyam equals Lakshyam, a target. Lakshyam Akarot. Lakshyam Akarot. So he made those two the target. Now Sharavyam is interesting term, Sharavyam. If you want to have some fun with this Sharavyam. Now interestingly, there's a word called Sharu. Just like Shara, there's a word like Sharu also. In Dhatu is Shru in both of them. Shru, I think, is to hurt or to kind of destroy. So Sharu is also a word. It might be formed from probably Unadi Sutra somewhere maybe. They have not checked that, but Sharu. Now Sharu, from Sharu comes Sharavyam. So now what form can this be? That form. Okay, let's give Karthik a challenge. Let's see what he can do with it for us. Alright, Karthik. So Sharavyam.
Is it Kritya Pratyaya Yat, Acho Yat?
Well, so that can only come off the dhatus, you know.
Uh-huh.
So this, if you're taking this, there may be other ways to form this word also. There may be other ways to form this. If you're taking from Sharu as a Pratipadikam, Krityapadikam only from Dhatu they can come.
Dhatu. Mm-hmm.
So we are, but here Sharu is a Pratipadikam. So we're going to go into Niya. Well, I'll get you started now. So there is this sutra because we have not. Sadhita is a difficult thing, a little bit. But where would you find the answer to this, Karthik? If you want to look, where would you find the answer to this? You can find the answer to this. Where would you find it?
Maybe we can look in the dictionary to see what pratyaya is used, like apte dictionary.
No, apte doesn't give the pratyaya. He only, I'll give what apte gives. I'll give you that. So apte gives this form. She gives sharavyam into bracket sharave. Shara shikshayai hitam sharu tasyat. Actually, he did give the pratyaya, he did give, but not sutram for you. He gave the following. This is the Vigravakyam. Sharave, Chaturthi, like Gurave. So, Sharave Hitam is beneficial for the arrow. Means it is conducive to the arrow. But then he gives Sharave equals Shara Shikshayai Hitam. It is good for teaching archery. Sharu Shikshayai Hitam. So it's a target which is good for teaching archery. And then he gives Sharu plus Yat Pratyaya. Now where would you go to find a sutram for this if you wanted to find it?
It should be below Tadhitaha.
So that'll take a long time. I want 1 minute answer. I don't want to go spend 1 hour. I want 1 minute answer for this. We should have a class for this, you know. How to find the answer in less than 2 minutes of these questions, you know.
We should go to the Abhyankar dictionary, maybe.
You can find yat, yes, but they'll also be a little bit longer because there may be many yat is many places. Could be one way, yes, could be one way. What else? So a couple of, you can go to the Amar Kosha commentaries. Okay? See, Amar Kosha has all these words. Most of these common words Amar Kosha will have, Sharad. And then in fact Amar Kosha has it. And there in the commentary will give the sutram for that. An Amar Kosha book, you know, which is published by Nirnaya Sagar the Old, which is republished by Chaukamba. Very good commentary, gives all the sutrams. There's also a good Amar Kosha in the South India, the Adyar library. Adyar has published with the South Indian commentaries, Amar Kosha. That also gives many sutrams, but doesn't give all sutrams. But it has different commentaries by Adyar library. And the one that I like to use is the Nirnaya Sagar one, which is published by Chaukamba now. And that gives the sutrams for all this. There you can, what you can also do is go to the lexicons. You can go like the Shabdakalpa Dharma has a good one. They'll give sutram for that also it'll give. So in 1 minute, I want to spend only 1 minute or 2 minutes. So you can look at Amar Kosha quickly, get the sutram. If it is not there, because every word will not be in Amar Kosha, okay, then you can try to go to the Shabdakalpa Dharma or Vachaspatyam or the Shabda, or you know, the other lexicon like, you know, Hala Yudha, and there you can find it on the commentaries there. Okay, so now I went to Amar Kosha, I did that, and this is the sutram that he's quoting. Is Tasmai Hitam. I think it comes in 5.2 something is coming, Tasmai Hitam. And there he is, let me see, what he quoting? The 521 Hanyana Bhavanevya. The sutram, and by the way, one more thing, when Apte gives the word Hitam, you could also then look in the Ashtadhyaya, it says Tasmai Hitam. So when you say Tasmai Hitam, if you can look up in the Ashtadhyaya Tasmai Hitam, because Apte give you the meaning in which this sutra is coming. I mean, this word is coming, is Hitam. So then, once he says Hitam, he expects you to know the sutram Tasmai Hitam. As I mentioned to you, when you add Tadhitas, you need to know 3 things. Which Prakriti can take this Pratyaya? What is the Pratyaya and what meaning does it come? So meanings are only limited. They're not like thousands of them. Meanings are maybe 100 or so meanings. So when you say Hitam, you should immediately connect with Tasmai Hitam. That would be another way of quickly, if you know that in which meaning it is coming, then that should make it relatively easy for you to figure out, you know, which part to look at. So Tasmai Hitam is 515. Okay, I'm sorry, 515 Tasmai Hitam. Tasmai Hitam, 515. And right before that, there is this sutram which says that Ugavadibhyo Yat. Ugavadibhyo yat. Look at this interesting thing. Just spend a couple of minutes here, See what does Pani start in 511? He says prakrita chaha. Only sets the D for pratyaya only. This is the thing with taditas. Is that sometimes Pani will only put the pratyaya in place. Sometimes he'll give only the meaning, like tasmai hitam, tasya patyam, tatra bhavaha, all this thing. He'll put only the meaning in place, Sometimes, so from then on, that meaning is going to hold. Or when the pratyaya only put from this on, this pratyaya is going to hold. So he'll give only one part of the puzzle, because that has to run through many sutras. So what is he saying in 511? Prakrita chaha. Up to the word krita, the default pratyaya is cha. So unless something else is said, I think the word krita comes in 36 somewhere. Prakrita chaha. So this, I think 5.1 down here, just giving this tadita a little bit of, prakrita chaha. So actually it's 37. So tena kritam. See, up to the word krita, it also just shows you one more thing. The Pani doesn't mention sutra numbers. He never mentions sutra numbers, or even the adhyaya. He'll always mention, Vishishta Padam, or maybe even Aksharam, but he will never mention the numbers. He'll never say up to the end of the adhyaya, up to the end of this path. That Kashika will say that. Siddhanta Kaumudi will say, but not Panini. Prakrita chaha. So up to the word krita, which comes in 3, 5, and 37, the default pratyaya is cha. That's all he gives, nothing more. From 511 to 5137, the default pratyaya is cha. Nothing else is mentioned. You have to use cha. But the next one, he immediately makes an apavada for that. Ugavadibhyo yat. Ugavadibhyo yat. In the same prakritat, up to that 5137. If you have a pratipada ending in u, so u means u varnanta, which we do have, by the way. Right now we have sharu. Sharu, we have the word sharu. So we have a u varnanta pratipadikam we have. And the gavadi gana, these gavadi sets of words. The pratyaya becomes yat. This is the typo, by the way. It should be yat. This is the typo. And this one is pretty good, but this is the typo over here. Ugavadibhyo yat. Ugavadibhyo yat. So now we got the pratyaya yat. If we have pratipadikam ending in uvarna or the gavadi gana, which is now good for us because we have the word sharu. And then he gives the meaning down here. Tasmai hitam. Now we got all three pieces. We got the meaning, tasmai hitam, beneficial for that. Which prakriti can take it? Ugavadibhyo yat, he said. So tasmai hitam doesn't say which anybody can take it. But if it is a pratipadikam ending in u, then pratyaya has to be, yat has to be used. So now we can combine this 512 and 515 and say, we got sharu, and then with the pratyaya chaturthi, which is nye, plus the pratyaya yat. So sharu, nye, yat. So let me put in document maybe. Just put in document. So I put it like this. So so sharu. And again, you can't memorize all these. It's difficult to memorize all these sutras like that. But at least knowing what Apte is saying, what Amarkosha is saying, what Mulinatha is saying, you can at least, given the information, if you can go back and construct these sutras and the details, if you can do that, that's good enough for us. So, and then the pratyaya is yat. Okay, now Karthik, repeat this for me now. What do you do now?
Supo dhatu pratipadikayoh.
Supo dhatu pratipadikayoh. Before that, why is the pratipadika sanya? What is the sutra for that?
Because the kritadhita samasaha, because tadhita pratyaya. Samasascha.
Kritadhita samasascha. Okay, so by these two sutras, so when the tadhita anta is the pratipadika sanya, then supo dhatu pratipadikayoh. So that will be also, where is the sutram? Kritadhita samasascha. What number is that, roughly speaking?
It should be in the first chapter.
It's in the first chapter. Is it in 1.3? No. I'm narrowing it down for you. It's not in 1.3. Why not 1.3, by the way? Spend a couple of minutes, just have some Ashtadhyayi fun. Why is it not in 1.3? Because 1.3 1.3 beginning only is the It Sutra, right? 1.3 to 1.3.
Yeah.
And immediately then Panini starts this Aptanipadam Prasupadam business over there.
Okay.
So 1.3.12 to end of 1.3, only Pada Vyavastha is made by Panini. So there's no room there for Sanya Sutra. They're not there. So they're not. So when you say, from the new thing for the rest of your life now, when you say Sanya Sutram, and if you say first chapter, then 1.3 is gone. Because 1.3, there is, I think, barring one or two sutras over there, that is not. So let's look at 1.3. So next time you can narrow it down to either 1.1, 1.2, or 1.4. So it says that, in fact, we'll have some more fun now. Narrow it down even a little bit more for us. So let me go to 1.3. So 1.3, from 1.3.12, Panini starts the Anudapagita Atmanipadam. From 1.3.12 to end of 1.3 is completely blacked out because it is only talking about Atmanipadam Prasapadam. And then from 1.3.2 to 1.3.8, as you all know, is the Sanya Sutrani. Then Tasya Lopaha. Then some Paribhasha Yatha Sankham Nishasamanam. So there are two Paribhasha sutras here. So Ritena Adhikaraha. So that means that there's only one thing, Bhuvadeo Dhatavaha. Okay, I guess it's one sentence, Bhuvadeo Dhatavaha, only one sutra, 131. Now, what is special about 14212 to Karthik, you know? Here it is. 14212.
Only one sanya they will take.
Yeah, so that when sanya is defined in that section, if two of them are defined, like for example our Yachibham and the Padasanya, Padisha Sarvanama Sthani, Padasanya Yachibham. Because sanyas don't overrule each other normally, they can coexist. So if you want a sanya to coexist, you should not put in this adhikar of 1.4. And Prajapadika sanya you want it to coexist. So it will not be in 1.4 generally speaking. Otherwise you can have only pada or Prajapadika, you cannot have both of them together. You see what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Because you see, because the Sutram Suptingantam Padam is over here. If you put Prajapadika Sanya in this 1.4, then only one of them can stay. So you cannot have a Prajapadika Sanya, Padasanya coexisting. There will be a lot of problems. So that means that now that is out. So that's how you can narrow on even further, Actually, this one happens in 1.2. 1.2 is the Sutram, we say the Krut, but just, to know these, actually the topography is a good thing. So Krut is the Samasascha. Prajapadika Sanya, because Tadita Anta. Tadita start from where, from where does Tadita start?
It should be in the fourth and somewhere fourth or
4.176. 4.1 to end of fifth adhyaya is Taditaha. So we have to make sure we have a Tadipatya. We have to make sure that because we are using 5.1.5 right now. 5.1.2, 5.1.5 we are using. So they are in the Adhikara. So Krut is the Samasascha, Prajapadika Sanya. So 1.2.46. And then after that, we can use as Karthik said, we can use the Supo Dhatu Prajapadika Yoho, which is going to be the 2.4.71. Okay, now this was the easy part. Now coming to a little bit difficult part. Okay. All right, so let us remove the nye by putting these to 1.2.46. Krutadita Samasascha. Krutadita Samasascha. And then after that, we will use the Supo Dhatu Prajapadika Yoho. I want to keep on repeating these many hundred times. So you can, which is what my teacher did also. He may repeat it 1,000 times, literally. The Supo Dhatu I must repeat it 5,000 times. So even the other one also. So that nye is gone. What's the next step, Karthik?
I think guna should happen, but I am not sure how the guna will come. This is not dhatu.
Yes, not correct. Because guna to only the sutram which savadhatu kartaka yoho, that is dhatoho iti vihitasya. It's not a dhatu. Okay, before that, does sharu have padasanya or bhasanya?
It will be bhasanya.
By yachibham.
Yachibham.
Yachibham will be the bhasanya. So where would we look for an answer? We try to look for an answer for this. Where would you try to find this sutram?
Bhasya.
Bhasya Adhikara. Where does that start? Where does that start?
Maybe 6th or 7th adhyaya.
6.4.129. There starts the Bhasya Adhikara. And there you have to write. So the sutra says Or Gunaha. Or Gunaha is sutram there. Which means that if you have a Oho, Uvarnantasya, and if you have a Bhasanya, and then Tadite Pare, so Pratyaya Tadita, then this Uvarnanta Angam takes a Gunadesha alone just. And so I think this 6.4.129 says Bhasya Adhikaraha. It's like 6.4 like 145, maybe 146 somewhere there. Or 146. Or Gunaha. Or Gunaha. But again, the hint was that we had the Bhasanya When you add tadita pratyaya, it is swadi. It's not sarvanamasthane. So you always immediately decide whether it is a padasanya or the bhasanya. With the padasanya, you have to go to the padaschadikara, which starts from I think 8.116 up to 8.354. It's a bhasanya, comes 6.4.129 to end of 6.4. So right now we wanted the guna, which is what Karthik is saying, and we had a bhasanya. So try to come and see over here. See this tadite pare, uvarnanta sangyasya gunadesha bhavati, bhasanyakasya. So 6.4.146 when we do, and then we will get the, okay, we have, what's the next step, Karthik?
Vanto I pratyaye.
Very good, very good, I'm impressed. Okay, because normally people know only echo yava yavaha. But what Karthik says, vanto yi pratyaya. In the meanwhile, you can do halantyam. Halantyam, the third, and it doesn't affect us. That's only for swarartham. Takara seat sanya. So let me put this 6.4.146, and then vanto yi pratyaya. What number will that be, Karthik?
It will be 6180 something.
Not 79?
Oh, yeah, 79. Yeah, 79. It should be below.
Because you have echo energy. Then echo yava yavaha. I think the next sutra after the vanto yi pratyaya. I think it's 6179. I think 79. Pretty sure. And echo yava is 78.
78.
Yeah, 79. See, vanto yi pratyaya.
Vanto I
So this way you can tackle these numbers, and if you have some anchor points, you can kind of go off of them. So vanto yi pratyaya. What is Sutram saying, Karthik? What is it saying?
The av and av adeshas
will come among the aya echo yava yava. So aya ava aya and ava, which are the vantas, which are the av and av. They come when
the pratyaya is beginning with yakara.
Yakara yi pratyaya. So the o or the av become respectively av and av. If the pratyaya is yakara pratyaya, because prior sutra was only achi. Echo yava is achi. But this is with the yi pratyaya. So pratyaya, which is much less common sutram. Of course, we use echo yava all the time. But the next sutram you can remember is that if you have an o or a au followed by pratyaya beginning with a ya, which we do have, pratyaya yat, in that case, you still can do the av and the av adesha respect. In this case, it is av. So vanto yi pratyaya. So 6179 will give the sharav av adesha. Sharav plus ya vanto yi pratyaya. 6179. Okay. So sharavyam. Okay, good. Thank you. So that is just some fun. So once at least when you got the meaning, so from how do we go through all this? We got the meaning from Aptay dictionary, tasmai hitam. Tasmai hitam, and then we got the pratyaya yat also he gave us. So tasmai hitam we looked at 515. The D for pratyaya for the section was cha, but specifically 512 said that u gavadibhyo yat. So uvarnanta say yat pratyaya. And from that then we added the pratyaya yat, and then we got the bhasanya by yachi bham. We removed the nye by supo dhatu pradipika yoho. When we got the bhasanya, we needed to do the guna as Karthik said. Then we went to the or gunaha in 64146 because adhikara bhasya starts from 64129. Sharo plus ya, and then vanto yi pratyaya sharavya. Okay, so good, some little grammar fun for you. Let's see. And then he gives the Amar Halayudha. Halayudha is available by the, I think Halayudha is available, I think, in the Ashividya Gurukulam. Nice book. Vedyam Laksham Sharavyancha. So this is the synonyms for that. Laksham Vedyam. Vedyam, that which is to be hit. Target. Laksham. Sharavyamcha. So these are the synonyms for that. Iti Halayudha. See how careful they are, because they only take a paryaya shabda from the Shabda Koshas. Because Malinatha said Sharavyam equals Laksham. Where did he get that from? From Halayudha. Vedyam, Laksham, Sharavyam. I think even Amar Kosha also I think had Laksham, Sharavyam. Okay, so he made those two as the target and not others. Na itaran. Itaran na karot. So the na has to go with akarot. See what Malinatha is telling us is that this nakara, this na, not nakara but na shabdaha, should be connected with the akarot ityanena sambadhyate. Nishedha. Because nishedha goes normally with the verb. tinganta padena saha sambudhyate nishedha. So he did not make the others a target. So this part, what does this sentence mean is that na itaran means that itaran shravyam na akarot saha. So he did not make the others the target. And for that, the upama is coming in the second half. We'll do that and we'll stop with this shloka. We'll just do the second half. So tathahi. So it has been said, tathahi. As tathahi means in this instance, we have the following situation, which is kind of well known. Tathahi, as is well known. Tathahi, as is seen, as is observed. Tathahi. Mahoraga visarpi vikramaha. Now, no vigraha vakyam now. Little bit tough, but I guess he expects us to do it on our own. Who wants to try vigraha vakyam for that? Where will you find the brackets for this? Okay, Vasu wants to take and I'll help you along. Yes, Vasu. Let me give you have 4 padas here really. We have Mahat, then Uraga. Uraga itself is a compound, by the way. Uraga means is Upada Samasa, Uraga. Then Visarpin and Vikramaha. Technically speaking, even Vikrama is a compound, Gati Samasa. So we have Mahat, Uraga. So Mahat means large, Uraga is a serpent, one who goes on his chest, Uraga. Visarpin is one who habitually kind of moves around or marches toward, or in this case like swoops down on basically attacks. Vikrama is valor or his prowess. So where would you find the first bracket? Vasu, try. So then we can start collapsing the bracket.
Maha Uraga.
So Mahat and Uraga becomes Mahoraga. So the Mahat becoming Maha. The Mahat becoming Maha is Sutram. Where would you find it? 6.3, by the way. Because 6.3, how did I know so quickly? Because 6.3 Anuvutti goes of Uttarapade, Aluguttarapade. So Uttarapade, so this, when there is something going on in a compound between the two members, basically the prior member, at the end of the prior member, when some transformation is taking place, that will be in 6.3 because it says Uttarapade. So when Uttarapada follows, then something is happening to this Purvapadam. So we had Mahat as the Purvapadam, that has become Maha. Of course, very common, words like Mahatma and all, these words, right? It's very, very common. So Mahodayaha, Mahashayaha, all these words are well known. So when does that happen? So when does Mahat becomes Maha? And there will be Sutram. 631 starts with Aluguttarapade. So Uttarapade. So anytime you're looking for a Sutram, which is going to tell you what is happening to the left member of the compound, come to 6.3. Alugutta. And there's Sutram An Mahataha. So Mahat takes the At Adesha. And by the Alontyasya, Mahat, the Takara becomes A. And then you have to do the Akasavi Dirgha becomes Maha. When does it come? Samanadhikarana Jatiya Yoho. The Jati is a Pratyaya, if you don't, it is not much less common. But Samadhikarana, it has to be Samadhikarana. It has to be either like a Karmadhari or Bahuvrihi. So what do we have? We have Mahan Cha Asau Uragascha. So he is a serpent and he is also a large serpent, a great serpent, big serpent. So clearly the Mahat is in Samadhikaranam with the Uraga. But if you say Mahat Seva, you say Mahatam Seva, Mahat Seva, it will not become Mahaseva. So Mahaseva will be, if you say great service, it will be Mahaseva. If you say service of the great, become Mahat Seva, not become Mahaseva. Because Samadhikaranam, it has to be so. The fact that Mahat has become Maha means you have Samadhikaranam, like Mahabahu. So one large arms. So that large and the arm should be Samadhikaranam. It might be Bahuvri, that's fine. But that those two, that Mahat has to be Samadhikaranam with that Uttarapadam. So that was the condition for that. So An Mahataha Samadhikaranas Jatiya Yoho. Okay, so that we got. That's the Karmadharya compounds. Simple adjective noun compound. So this Uraga. Now I'll do this one for you. Uraga. Actually this, I think Urasa Gachiti Uragaha. Urasa Gachati iti Uragaha. The word Uras Pradipatикam means that one who goes dragging on his chest. When he goes using his chest, he goes. So like crawling around. Now the exception thing here is that if we had the word uras, and of course we had dhatu gum, we have to find the sutra da. Mostly again, da is going to come there because of the fact that we got ti lopaha. The gum, the of gum has gone, and and become the akara has come. But then still we have a problem. If we had the word uras, so how it become uraga? It should become urogaha, like namo narayanaya. So that sakara will not drop like that. So uragaha should not come like that. So in that place where you get the pratyaya da for dhatu gam, there might be some vartikam or something to help us out, because using uras and gum, we will not get uraga. So we'll get uroga, like namo narayanaya. That will come. So let's see there. I'm looking, and okay, let me point you to that place first of all. Okay, the sutram is 3248, which I'm looking at. 3248, and that in the, again, as I mentioned to you, from 321 to 32100, many of these upadas are authorized to take various pratyas to form upada compounds. And for dhatu gam specifically, there is this small little section there, and so 3 to around 50ish, there's a small section there, and it says gamascha. So there is this is this thing. Dhatu gam can take the pratyaya da when you have one of these upada. Anta, atyanta, adva, dura, para, sarva, ananteshu. So you can say antagaha, or you can say antyagaha, atyantagaha, advagaha, duragaha, paragaha, sarvagaha, anantagaha. Now, the same thing as before. When we do the da pratyaya chutu and then use tehe is ditkarna samarthyas abhasya pite lopaha. So the ga part we find. But now only these can be used. Only these. We don't have that. We have uras. We don't have either anta or the atyanta or the adva or dura or para or sarva or ananta. We don't have any of those. Then we have to extend something for that. So then let's go to that for a second. 3248. So this sutram as it is will not work for us. This requires one of these upadas to be there. So Panini only recognized these words, but then comes Katyayana to the rescue. So Katyayana says, wait a minute, we need to justify some of these other words, which Panini should have accounted for. So under 3, but at least we got the general location. Look for an answer, So even this word you can look up in Amarkosha, or you can look up in Shabdakalpadharma, or you can look in Apte. There's another way to look at it. If you didn't know the answer like that, uraga is a very common word, and you can also start from those sources. But you can also look up this word in the Krudanta Rupamala. Krudanta Rupamala. If you know the dhatu is gum, in fact, you can also look up this word in the Madhavya Dhatu Vritti. You can look it up. So Pushpa is a question. Yeah, one second. Yes,
Satish ji,
yes.
Under 3 to 48, there's a Vartikam.
There's a Vartikam.
With uras plus gum.
Yes, correct. I'm coming there. Thank you. So Pushpaji has the answer. And a 3 to 48, first of all, you need the Vartikam because, as I said to you, we can only use 3 to 48. Thank you, Pushpaji. Can only use that with those upapadas, which we had the word uras. So we could not use 3 to 48 at this time. But then Katyayana, what does he say? Pushpaji has told us already. He says, okay, urasa gacchati iti uragaha. He says, uraso lopascha. So not only, so Katyayana does two things. You can use the word uras also as an authorized upapadam for this gum taking the pratyaya, dirt from upada samasa. And not only that, lopascha, alontyasya. So it takes the sakadic lopa also. So Katyayana happily helps us out in both ways. He extends this sutram to authorize uras to be upada also with gum and the pratyaya da. And not only that, he says urasa lopascha, so alontyasya, so the sakar lopaha. So by the Vartikam on 3 to 48, we have to justify as of course even. So maybe I'll put this one. I think we're running out of time. So maybe what we'll do is Okay, let me just put this one in the maybe just finish this compound, and we'll continue next time. So uras, so urasa gacchati, urasa gacchati. So we can put the already he has given the vigraha vakyam for us. So uras plus ta, because you want the titiya ekavachanam. Urasa gacchati. So dhatu gam, one who goes by means of his chest. Gam plus pratyaya da. And of course, we just put a couple of numbers here. So 3 to 48, we are using the Vartikam on that. And then, of course, the same thing we did before, 64143 with the Vyakhyanam, which is the Avasyapiter Lopaha, Ditkarana Samarthyat, the same thing as before. And the usual Sutram, Supodhata Padvigrayoho and all that. So we get Uraga, adjective. So, okay, now where were we in the compound? Okay, so we've got Uraga as Upada Samasa, and Vasu already said that between Mahat and Uraga we made the Karmadharya. Okay, now what do you want to try anything else, Vasu?
Yeah.
How about we take the next part? Mahoraga Visarpin. Dhatu is Srup, Dhatu is Srup. Srup is to kind of to crawl towards or to move towards Sarpati. Visarpin means to charge towards. Maybe also we do dissipate maybe, but to march towards and maybe attack basically, to swoop down on. So this is also Upapada Samasa, most likely, because you may not have the word Visarpin standing on its own. So this is a very famous sutram which we say the Saptamya, Supya Jato. Ninihi Tachilya. So I think this is 3-2. In the same 3-2, this pratyaya nini can be used. Basically, chutu and upadesha nanasika it, pratyaya in, only in says. Supi ajato. So any sup, it can be saptami, pratama, dvitiya, titiya. So we can say urageshu. So he moves among the big serpents. Urageshu. Visarpati, Visarpati iti Uraga, Mahorageshu. Mahorageshu Visarpati iti Mahoraga Visarpin. Visarpin. When you add a nini, of course you can do the Puganda Lagupatasya cha, Srup becomes Sarp and Sarpin becomes. And in the compound, by 8 to 7, Nodapaparipadikantasya, Nakara will drop. So we got this one also, we used Upada Samasa. So far what do we have? We have Uraga, Upada Samasa, Urasa Gacchati to Uragaha. Then we got Mahoraga as a Karmadharya. Mahancha Sau, Mahanscha Sau, Uragascha. Then we got what? Mahorageshu Visarpati Tachilyena. Habitually, Tachilye. Habitually he moves among or swoops down on the big serpents. So we got the Mahoraga Visarpin. And now that's qualifying Vikramaha, by the way. Vikramaha, not Garuda as yet. Then finally Bahuvrihi. I must say in all honesty that, in this case, I think Malinatha could have given us some help, He didn't give us any help at all. But, okay, I guess he expects us to do this on our own. Because we're in the 11th chapter now, so he's not going to give us too much detail. But he could have been slightly more friendly, a little bit, But so this is qualifying Vikramaha now. So, Mahoraga Visarpi Vikramaha Yasya Saha Garudaha. So he is Garudaha, whose valor, who is kind of his prowess, moves about or has habitually deals with these or spreads among these great serpents. So his valor spreads among these great serpents, or which deals with them or attacks them. So this is finally a Bahuvrihi. So Mahoraga Visarpi Vikramaha Yasya Saha. So Mahoraga Visarpi and between Vikramaha you can make initially a Karmadharya is qualifying Vikramaha. And finally a Bahuvrihi for Garudaha. Now luckily for us in the footnote number 1, and we're going to stop with this now, there is a, well, let's see what he gives. Okay, let's try. Let's see how correct we were. Mahorageshu Takshakadishu. Takshaka is the name of a serpent, I think you know that. Takshaka, I think he is the one in the Bhagavatam who finally, bites the Parikshit Raja. The final part of Bhagavatam, because the curse Takshaka comes and bites Parikshit. So anyway, he's one of the well-known large serpents, mythological serpents, Takshaka. So Mahorageshu, Takshakadeshu, Pasarana Shilaha, that is the Visarpin. Pasarana Shilaha means moving about, or spreading among them. Vikramaha Yasyasa Garuda. Okay, so we were not bad. We were pretty close. So only thing is that I think we're perfect. Mahorageshu equals Takshakadeshu. Now Visarpin, he gave the word Pasarana Shilaha. Where do you get the word Shila? Because Tachilya. So that Shilaha also to be on the right track. Because that means he's taken the Sutram Tachilya, he has taken that same Sutram, I think. And then Vikramaha Yasya Saha Garudaha. Okay, let's continue next time. Only thing, let me quickly, we'll do the English next time. And he says that you can look at this for homework. Is last word is Garudaha, is Garutman. Garutman, I think one who has special large wings. Then Rajileshu is the new word. Jalavyaleshu is among the water snakes. Now Jalavyaleshu also gives Rajileshu Dundubheshu, means Nirvisha Sarpeshu. In the Amar Kosh and also Aptage, these are supposed to be like harmless snakes, which are supposed to be without poison. So they are kind of harmless snakes. So Jalavyaleshu pravartate kim? Na pravartate ityartaha. Garuda will not waste his time, kind of policing these tuchya sarpa, which has no poison. Similarly, Rama didn't make a target the other people in that army because they were not worth dealing with, not worth his time. He only targeted those two, the Subahu and Maricha. So that's only those two. And so just like Garuda doesn't go after these other Nirvisha Sarpeshu na pravartate, tatha Rama api tuchya na pravartate. He doesn't go and deal with these. Or Sharavyam nakarot. He didn't make them a target. And last thing only gives Alagardo Jalavyalaha. Alagarda also named Jalavyalaha. Samau Rajila Dundubhau. So Rajila and Dundubha and Alagarda. These are all these water snakes. Ityamaraha. Okay. So we'll do the English translation next time just to give you some chance to maybe do some homework on this. And we're kind of late right now. So next time again we'll quickly go through this one and then we'll start the next one. Okay. We stop. I'll stay back for questions. Ramo Raja Manis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Vyata Nishachara Chamo Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Raman Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhautame Bho Rama Mamuddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Manorame Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasanama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana Onnameti. Okay, anybody, any questions? Okay, the recording is okay. Susmita, I think recording is okay. Manoj, I think we should have done a backup also. We didn't do the backup. Recording is okay. No, I think I cannot. Should be okay. I guess I should have made also Karthik as a backup recorder. I forgot to do that. Next time remind me, Karthik. Next time remind me to make you the backup also. Okay.
Okay, sure.
So I think we are okay, but just want to make sure. I think because we don't. This is mainly recording class. Because when we come to the class, most of the recording only most of the only recording and listen to. Class attendance is only like 10-15 people. So. Okay, I think we are still okay. So next time I'll make you also the backup. So Manoj, are you there? No. Okay, I'm assuming she has it. Okay, so Hari Om, Shubharatri.